All right, so let's try this question out. First thing we're going to do is read the question sentence. So it says here, what is the area of the border? My party people, I know I emphasized it, but what is the one word in that question sentence that I really want to emphasize? Yeah, it's going to be that area word right there. Now, the one thing that I will say is when we see the word area, well, we want to know what the shape is that we're dealing with. And I don't exactly see triangle, square, or rectangle, but what I do see is a bulletin board. My party people, when we think about bulletin boards that are just, standing there on the side of the highway, you may be driving. What size or what shape typically are these bulletin boards? Yeah, typically they're rectangles. Typically they're rectangles. You're driving on the highway, and then you see that bulletin board right there that says, "Hey, go ahead, stop by this, this gas station and get a 2-for-1 on sodas," right? So with that bulletin boards, through inferencing, through reading here, the bulletin board here will be considered rectangular. All right, this will be considered rectangular in this problem. And if you think that that looks like a basketball hoop, you just don't have the taste in art that I have. So with that, here we go. We have this bulletin board, so we're dealing with a rectangle. And then we see that it says that this bulletin board, so this rectangle, these are the dimensions, the length and the width. But here's the confusing part. So if you said that this made sense, but this over here didn't, I understand, and I got you. So it says that we have a bulletin board. So let me just go ahead and draw this out. All right, there's our bulletin board. And then it says that it has a center panel. So first, let me just go ahead and draw the 8 feet by 6 feet. Right there and right there. And this is what I really want you to pay attention to. The center panel that is 6 feet by 4 feet. Everybody, the word center means right there in the middle. So here we are. It says right there. Let's just draw another rectangle. And so we have this rectangle here in the center that is measured to be, again, 6 feet. Oops, let me put that right back. 6 feet by 4 feet. All right. Before I continue, everybody, does it make sense to you? Just this first sentence said that we have this bulletin board right here on the outside, and we have the center panel here in the middle. Before I get to this next sentence, does that part make sense? Because the next part won't make sense until this is in your head. My party people, yes or no, does the first sentence saying, again, we have a bulletin board with that center panel, again, center being right there in the middle, let me know if that makes sense. All right, and if it does, now we can safely proceed to this sentence here. Notice what it says. It says, only the border fabric will be replaced. Again, only the border fabric is going to be replaced, and we want to know the area of that border. My party people, check this out. This center panel, are we including that? No, we are not. We are including this. This is the border. This is the border, this right here. This part here on the outside. Outside the purple, but inside of the black. Right here, this is the border. My party people, we're about to get to the part where we calculate this, but with your eyes, can you verify for me, yes or no, that what we're trying to do is find the area of this part here? Not the purple, but the outside. Again, the border. That's what we're trying to find. Even if you don't know how we're going to do it, can you see with your eyes that, yeah, this is what we're going to have to try to find at some point? All right, good. That's really the biggest part there. That is the biggest part. Because now I can actually share with you how we're going to do this. My party people, you tell me, When it comes to not including something or cutting something out, for example, if we were to just take the whole area of the whole circle, or excuse me, of the whole rectangle, everybody, is it fair to say that all I would have to do is cut this part out? Is that fair to say that I can cut this out here? If I cut it out, then I only have the border left? Because that's exactly what's about to happen. Let me share with you here. Step 1, we're going to find the area of the board. Step 2, I'm going to find the area of the panel. Step 3, I'm going to subtract. One more time. I'm going to find the area of the border. Then I'm going to find the area of the panel right here in the middle. And then I'm going to subtract because, again, I only want the area of the border. So let's go ahead and do that here. Let me move this over. And let's get to calculating right over here. Step 1, let's find the area of the border, or excuse me, of the board. And that's going to be 8 times 6. That's going to be pretty straightforward here, everybody. What's 8 times 6? Help me out. Yeah, that's 48. That is 48 square feet. So we have the area of the board. Now we're going to move forward to finding the area of the panel. The area of the panel is going to be the same thing, length times width. But everybody, what are the dimensions? It's going to be 6 times 4. So that's going to be 6 times 4. And that's going to give us 24 square feet. So now that we have both of these areas, what we must do, like I just said, is we are going to not include the area of the panel. We don't want this area. We only want the area here on the border. So what I will do is I am going to subtract. I'm going to take the area of the board and I'm going to subtract the area of the panel, and that's going to give me what I need. Everybody, what's 48 minus 24? Yeah, 24. And there we are. That is going to be 24 square feet that's left for the border, and that's exactly what we wanted. And that's why the correct answer here, my party people, was answer choice C. We took out that center panel, only leaving the border. And there we are. All right, next one up. So here, this problem is asking us what the perimeter of this shape is. So to find the perimeter of this shape that we're dealing with, it's very important to understand if there's a formula for it. Because remember, perimeter just means whatever shape we're dealing with, find that distance around the shape. But here it says perimeter of a square, so we might have a little shortcut here. When it comes to squares, let's go ahead and just expand upon that right there. When it comes to squares, we have sides that are all the same. 4 sides in particular. So if one side is given to us as 9 meters, just like that, what I can tell you is that we have 4 identical sides. So we can write side equals 9 over there, over here, and over here. 4 sides that are the same. The perimeter is going to be 4 times the side. So here we are. If we multiply 4 by 8, or excuse me, 4 by 9, we end up getting 36. And there we go. The perimeter here of this square tablecloth is going to be 36 meters, and we're all done.